Hello and welcome to another Shimano Modeling EC group. In the house tonight we have Steph and we have Mark.
Good evening.
What we're going to be carrying on tonight is with our very bad jokes, which I do not give out any bad jokes. My jokes are all funny.
Oh shit!
I was waiting that for them two boys up above me. But anyway.
Well done, Steph.
All right. Is this going to be a gang up night again, is it?
What do you mean,
Always.
again?
Always.
Goofs. Right. Anyway.
Watch Mark.
Excuse me?
Watch Mark. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it.
Waiting for what?
Yeah. Are you feeling okay, Gary?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You positive you're feeling okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
We'll soon change that.
No, I was just waiting for...
All right, my big broad shoulders. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And if you keep acting like that, you can end up breaking your arm.
Knowing my luck, yeah, oh well, that's why I don't do it too far round, you see. Only do it the far as there.
Oh, bless, little tap on the shoulder, just in case you hurt yourself.
Yes, yeah. If I could put the whole way around there, I'd probably end up snapping my arm or something, or snapping my neck or something. And we couldn't have that.
Oh, no.
Did you see that? Anyway, what we're going to be carrying on is with our builds from the other night. And I'm going to go round and see what Mark's up to.
Good evening, Gary. How are you doing?
Not too bad, mate. How about yourself?
Evening, Steph. I'm not too bad, thank you. I will be carrying on with my 124th Airfix Typhoon. Turned a page, actually, because now the cockpit area is done, which I did and deckled the instrumentation panel, if I can get it, and it actually turned out rather decent.
Nice.
Rather nice. Sold and set the decals onto the panel and then put a glob of PVA on, and it gives a nice glass lens effect to the dials. So now I'm on with the engine.
Nice.
Nice.
Decision or not to whether to electrify it or not, I stick a motor in, but
yeah,
we shall see.
Cover the PVA with a little dab of gloss varnish.
Right.
Because I found that the PVA, I had a look at my Raiden.
Uh-huh.
It's picked up, the PVA picks up dust particles.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't brush them off because they've stuck to it.
Yeah.
So just put a dab of gloss varnish over the top of it once it's dry, and it'll protect them from that.
Thank you for that. I've got some right here. I shall do that now. Thank you for that.
Sorry? Because with it being glass, when you come to brush it and get rid of all the dust and everything, it just cleans it nicely.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Because it does give quite a sort of like a, how can I say, the only way I describe it is like a rubbery effect.
Yeah, it's very rubbery.
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 Well.
Unlike.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
What we need Julie there with a big finger, just as I do that, to put it down the side.
Just to egg his head.
Yeah.
Egg.
Stop it now. I'll be at that all night now. Have to say again, the Perry, Mark and Steph, your airplanes is out of this world.
Yeah, because they fly. I'm here all week.
Where's the tumbleweed when you need it?
What? You mean this one?
This one?
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Get your own. This is my tumbleweed.
Ah,
Anyway, very nice work, Mark.
thank
Like
you.
it, mate. Steph, what are you going to be doing this evening?
As if you didn't know. You've been working me all week to do it.
Yeah,
I'm going to be going through my airbrush setup. What parts an airbrush do. Using one. And also cleaning one. So, because of my really good friend Gary, I'm not going to be doing any modelling tonight.
Well, for number one, I don't know anything about airbrushing. So, it's out of my field. So, I have to go to the expert.
No, you're right.
No, I wasn't. Sorry about that, Mark.
Wasn't.
I have to go to the expert upstairs to teach about airbrushing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yet again, the Air Force come in and save the army.
Are you thinking of transferring your skills, Gary?
No.
He's sick and tired of people asking him how to airbrush.
Yeah, I am. Seriously. I don't know anything about airbrushing. As I said to staff during the week, I had an airbrush system and it went to the bin.
Oh, no.
Just didn't like it. Just don't like it myself personally. I like hand painting. It relaxes me more. It takes my mind off a lot of things. And I know it's not perfection painting, but I'm happy with the way it turns out.
Oh, good. That's the main thing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So as long as I'm happy with the way I'm doing things, you build for yourself. You don't build for other people.
That's right.
It's our way of forgetting things.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I like hand painting. Just relaxes me a lot more. So
that's not a problem.
So I then have to turn to per staff. I know I keep barging per staff to go over these things for the guys. So if they do run into problems, they can run back to the video and check it out. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sort of killing two birds with one stone there.
Yes, poor old Steph's got his spade again to help Gary.
What do you mean?
Out of a hole.
Yes.
That will be the first the RAF actually doing that.
Really?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, God. Pull up a sandbag and get ready.
Yep.
Hold on a minute.
Oh, let me just put my record player on and make sure it's not stuck.
Well,
pull up a sandbag, chaps. He's going to start again.
Yeah.
During the war.
Yeah. When
I was looking for maybe an extraction at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning with a wee bit of rain, where was the
minute, please, Gary. Can I just get my duvet and my pillow sorted? There we go. Oh, carry on.
Right. Again, when you were looking for an extraction about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, where was the RAF? Oh, that's right. In their beds, all tucked up nice and warm. That's all I'm saying.
In our 5-star hotels, tucked up, all nice and warm.
With room service on tap.
Yep.
I give up.
You need to do your job.
What's that?
Do your job. You're running the show tonight.
Yes. So what I'm going to be doing this evening is...
Didn't ask you that.
Oh, sorry. 2 comments.
Yep.
Malcolm, good evening, chaps.
Good evening, Malcolm.
Malcolm, Gary, all winners delegate. Correct, Malcolm. That is very true. So there you are.
Whose side is he on?
That's why Malcolm does everything himself.
True.
See, you see, Malcolm, what you're up against. You see, you're trying to soar like an eagle, but it ain't working.
And he ends up flapping like a turkey.
Yeah. So what we're going to be doing now is carrying on with our bills, and what I'm going to be doing is carrying on with my D-Day Jeep, my wee first aid Jeep. So I'm going to be carrying on with it this evening. Hopefully I get the wheels and stuff like that ready for sticking on tomorrow's show and putting it on a wee base. So that's what I will be doing this evening. And if you have any comments, please feel free to write. And if you can, I'll be able to read them. And if you have plenty of questions for staff, please give staff a lot of comments.
Did we expect anything less from comments like that?
What have I done now? Could be worse, boys.
Oh, wait for it. Wait for it. There's going to be a backtrack coming.
Yeah. We could be
You
Gary.
could be waiting.
Yeah.
You could be waiting for an extraction.
No, that had never happened. We were never in the army.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot. You boys wouldn't know what it's like to be stuck on the ground waiting for an extraction.
Well, at the end of the day, Gary, who
Yes,
started the bottom line?
I did.
Exactly. So you can't bitch. Well, you can, but it just makes you like a real big girl's blouse. Can't handle it.
No, all I'm saying is now at 3 o'clock in the morning when you're looking to get in, and the poor RAF can't get out of the bother to get out of their beds to come and lift you.
Well,
Disgraceful.
remember, book it 7 days in advance.
Yeah. We could have been on deck in the hotel bar.
Exactly. And if the boys have had a couple of beers,
8 hours, bottle to throttle.
yep.
That must have been every night, then.
Well, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'll do that bit. Right. I suppose we're going to start.
Yes.
Right then. Let's put it on my other cam. We'll go with top cam. Top cam.
Do. The most effectual top cam.
Oh, sorry.
Take that off there. Sorry about the... Right. My setup. I have, if you can see down there, that's my compressor. It's my compressor on top and an air tank underneath. Now, when you're considering getting one, get one with an air tank. It gives you a better flow of air. Also, have one with a water trap. As you can see there, it collects water. And also one that has a gauge on it. Now that gauge is regulated by that tap there. So I have mine usually about anywhere between 10 and 12 psi. So that's sitting at about 18 there. And if I is that on? Yep, that's on. Why am I not getting any air?
Is your airline connected?
Yes.
It's broke.
Oh, don't say that. Would help if I wasn't sat with my chair on the bloody air hose. The air hose was underneath my chair.
Oh, classic.
So there's. Oh, let's get it in. Sorry about this, guys. Right, there's my regulator, and that's set to about 18. But when I press there you go, you can see it drops. So whenever you set your air pressure, set it when you've got your finger down on the gun. It pops back up. So I've got mine set anywhere between, it's roughly about between 10 and 12 psi. That's how I have mine set, and I very rarely change my psi. Yeah, so I've got water trap down there, which needs emptying. There we go. I've got two hoses. There's that one, which has got an air trap on it, and my other hose, which has got an air trap on it. So that is how I have my setup. So I'll always have two air traps. The first one catches the water that comes out the compressor. The second one catches the air and catches the water that comes through the cable through your hose. Oh, good Lord. What am I making you guys seasick? There we go, that's back on again. Right, so there are several sorts of airbrushes. You've got gravity feed, which are these. Basically, it means put your paint in there and gravity pushes it down. You've got a side feed gravity, which is the same again, but it comes in from the side. And then you've got another one, which is a little glass jar that sits underneath, and that's called a siphon feed because it siphons it up. You've got two different actions, if I'm correct. You've got a single action, which is what this is, this trigger one. I like using this for doing big areas because it's just pull the trigger and away I go. KK Moon, that's a decent airbrush, that is, but I use this for doing lots of large areas. I've got a 0.4, no, not, I've got a 0.5 mil needle in there. And then you've got your dual action, which is press and pull. So you press down, allows the air to go through, and as soon as you start to pull back, the needle will travel backwards and it allows paint to come out. So these are the first style of airbrushes I got. I've been airbrushing for 4 years now, and it's practice, practice, practice. And it's only recently, since the 12th of September, that I thought, okay, now it's time to invest in a really, really good airbrush. And I got myself this one, which is a Harden Steenbeck Evolution CR Plus. The difference between that one and that one is, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Do not go out and buy one of these if you haven't learned to use one of these or one of those. Learn those first before you go out and spend the money on that. Because if you don't like airbrushing, that's stupid amounts of money gone. You'll get your money back on your compressor. You can pick those styles. The one I've got there, I picked that up 5 years ago for 100 quid with 2 airbrushes. I'll quickly go through what the parts are. So
I'm going to read a quick.
Okay.
Sorry, Steph. I was going to read out a quick comment here, folks. Noel McAfatrick. Hi, chaps. Everyone okay?
I know.
Hi, Noel. Yep, all good, thank you.
Apologies, Steph.
That's all right. Okay, so that's your main body. You got your needle. You got your needle cover there. So that always matches that. And that's a 0.2mm one. That's a 0.2mm needle. Okay, you've got your trigger, so you press and pull. You've got your cup, which is where your paint goes in, and your thinners or your ink, or depending on what you're spraying goes in there. You've got your little shroud that goes on the end. That's mainly for protecting the end of the needle. And this one as well, I can't remember the name of that one, but that also is paired with the size of your needle. Give me a second and I'll tell you what it is.
Nipple for the crown.
Oh! Ignore Mark, is being rude.
No, I wasn't.
Right. So, there we go. Right. Those two are both called the needle cap.
Right.
That bit there is also called your needle, and so is that. You've normally got a lid that will go on your cup. Don't lose that, because when you're spraying, put your cap on. It's got a little hole in it that allows air to go in, so it's not going to get stuck on there through suction. But one thing I learned fairly early on is if you've got quite a decent amount in there, put your cap on, because otherwise you'll throw it all over the place and you feel a complete pillock if you've done a really nice model then throwing a load of paint all over it. So on the end here you've got a screw. Yeah, what that does is that limits how far you can pull this back. So as you can see there, I can press it down, but I can't pull it back because I've locked it in place. So no paint's going to come in. So what I've got to do is if I crack that back half a turn, press, and I can pull back. And it another half.
Excuse me.
And then it goes further back. So what I tend to do, depending on if I'm working fine work, which is what I usually use this my H&S for, I will have that about a quarter to half a turn back, which means I don't have to concentrate on keeping that in the right place. I can just press, pull it back till I hit the stop, and I know I'm going to be chucking out the right amount at the right size. The H&S doesn't have one of those, so that's why I'm not saying get one of these, because you need to have at least 2 years experience on a normal airbrush before you even concentrate. That's 180 quid. I wouldn't suggest anybody going out and buying one of those at the moment. That cost me 25 quid.
I don't want to interrupt stuff, but did you say £180?
Yep. Oh, Gary, the
Yes.
disc is amazing. The control, because I've learned to use one of these,
Yeah.
with that, going from that to that is like going from, okay, an XR3i
Yeah.
to an RS 2000 rally car.
It's that good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Noel said, did I see your pics? Yes, I did, Noel, and I did like them. I think they're really, really good. You're doing a cracking job. You're coming on there, mate.
May I ask you a question, Steph?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right. Before you done anything with an airbrush, you know what I mean? Before you started with an airbrush,
Yeah.
did you master hand painting first?
Yes.
Right.
I probably do 50-50 hand painting and airbrushing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't, because my hands shake a bit, I don't have the control to be able to do the really, really, really fine stuff.
Yes.
So anyway, this little bit at the front, this controls the amount of paint you can kick through. So you can turn it right off. So you can control the amount of paint by this screw at the back or this one here. It's more of an air valve than a paint valve. So the air will come in here, through this one, into here, then out and through there. If you want to find out how they work, go onto YouTube. There's some really good tutorials on how an airbrush works. So that's the dual action, single action, point, squeeze, move. That's a KK Moon. That cost me 19 quid. That did. So they're not bad. I think they're Iowata knockoffs, or they're made in the same factory. The one thing you want to look for is when you look inside, make sure they're chromed inside, in there and in there. The reason I say that is, and the same in there. The reason I say that is cleaning these, because they're chrome inside, it's so easy to clean. It's ridiculous how easy to clean it is. Right, so that's my setup and my 3 brushes. I have 2 airlines, both with quick release adapters on. If you're going to do this, get yourself quick release adapters, for God's sake.
I have to say at this juncture, I do apologise for butting in, Steph, but I do have to say at this juncture, I thank you very much for you sending me mine. It's a bonus, absolute godsend.
Yeah, rather than, I've got to unscrew this again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Pop, off, on. That's it. Simple as. So I'm not going to show this one because that's just your general. You can get hold of finer needles for them, but there's not much point. And these ones I've also found. This one, you'll see I don't have my nozzle cap on this one, because for some reason when I'm spraying, what it does is the cap on here, paint builds up on the inside, and then it'll start to splatter on your model. But what I have done with this is it hardened it. You know, when you heat it to red hot and then quench it, as you can see there. Come on. I've hardened this one, so if I do drop it, it's just going to stick in something. But the only reason I've done that is because it's a 0.5 nozzle, 0.5 needle. I wouldn't do that with anything below, but that just because I don't have a cover on it. So there's that one. Right, so plug the moon in. and the inchiness. Ooh, anybody want left, right?
Please. Going
Got the munchies, mate.
to
No. Oh.
going to read a quick comment here.
Yep.
Malcolm, the reason I bought an airbrush is to get the. Sorry, Steph, you're going to have to read that for me.
Radiant transition.
For pre and post
shading
and weathering. Can't get the effect with a brush easy.
That's one of the main reasons I went into airbrushing. But I've recently found that if you do it wet, you have a wet palette, do the part you want, have the two colours you want, two brushes, you paint your line with one, and you get your second one, and then paint it as well while it's still wet. It's called wet blending. Something I've learned recently, but I'm enjoying messing around with me brushes. So, right. I'm going to use inks for airbrushing, mainly because they're easier to clean. Because that is the biggest ball ache with airbrushes. You spend more time cleaning your brush than you do sometimes spraying. So, right, airbrushing. Oh, let me just find a comfortable position for my boot. When you do it, you don't have an angle. You want to be square on. Yep. And don't use your wrist. Lock your wrist and use your arm. Yeah, you want to keep the distance between your airbrush and your object at the same distance, and then that will give you what you need. So, see if this will work. So I'm going to start with a cheapy one. Wait to stick behind that. Okay, let's have it like that. Can I get that angle? Yeah, I can get that angle fine. Can you guys see that?
Yes, we can, Steph.
Cool. When I decided to go and get my airbrush and stuff, my missus very kindly bought me an airbrush course. It's about 400 quid. It was all inclusive, 2 days. And got there, and I happened to know the guy. He'd sprayed a couple of my scooters for me back in the early 90s. And I didn't expect to be able to do what I could do. And it was just mad what I was doing. I've got an artistic bone in my body. And it's a lot of airbrushing is technical knowledge, knowing what does what. And then adapting that. The artistry comes in adapting that technical into what you want. So if you want to do a little dot, so press down and then goes back. I haven't got that open enough. Yep. Okay, that's interesting. Why is that not working? Right, give me a sec, guys.
No problem, Steph.
No, I haven't got the seat on.
You all right there, Mark?
Yep.
You're just very quiet.
Just thinking of lines for Gary baiting.
Oh, you're very funny.
I know.
You should seriously be in the value.
Well, I didn't join the army.
Right, there we go. All sorted. Bear with me a sec. I've just got a message from Lise.
No problem. Well, have you decided, Mark, if you're going to put a motor in or not?
I have.
And
I'm not.
right, that's that problem solved.
Indeed. Let's hope I'm on the right page of the destructions. There we go. I will probably, when I do my next big scale, my Hellcat, I probably will motorise that.
Yeah, what?
You there?
You what?
Yeah?
You are.
Eh?
You are.
You are. You are. You are. You are. You are.
Sorry, folks. I am saying nothing.
Right. You see that, Gary?
Yes, I do.
Right. This is with the cheapy brush. So I'm just trying to get. You see how you get when you press it. Sometimes you get splatter.
Yeah.
Right. It's, come on. It's just been an absolute pain. There we go.
That's fine.
That is what it looks like. So that was with that airbrush. Now,
How far away from the paper are you holding the nozzle?
I'm probably about 7 or 8 mil away.
Wow. What a
Well, that is, yeah.
Right, that's the difference. You've got to fanny around with that one to get it right. This one, if it had the screw bit on the back end, it'd be ideal. So there we go. Let's just take this off and see if I can get it finer. Okay, this is just as it should needle guard. It protects your needle. Let's see how fine I can get this. So I'm going to have to hold it up and do it like this.
wow.
That's unbelievable.
Okay, it's spidering because I've got it too far back. There we go.
Jeez.
That's just mind blowing, that.
The thing is that it's half of the issues with this is the control.
Yes.
It's knowing where everything is. As in, when I say knowing where, but you can see it's spidering because I'm just pulling too far back. And it's learning. Okay, anybody can press the button, anybody can pull it back, but it's learning where the paint kicks in.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's just out of this world.
No, it's not. It's bloody awful spraying. For me, there we go. I'm just about to and that is about 2 mil away from the paper. But you see, that first bit there,
Yes.
keeping it nice and parallel. And then, as you see, it starts to blow away. And that's where I'm starting to angle away. So when you draw lines, now if I do it like that, you see how it blows away?
Yes, I seen that there.
So keep it straight all the way. Now if you angle it away, big, and as you come in, small dot, bigger dot.
So the further you're away,
The bigger the dot.
yeah. So that top line you done when you were further away, that's why it's so big looking.
Yeah.
That's just absolutely crazy what you can do with an airbrush.
Yeah. It's like learning to write again. It's all the things, just, and then you go, there we go.
But that's just crazy.
And they go empty.
You know, you can get that final work
Yeah,
with an airbrush.
yeah. Now you see why.
Yeah, I see what you're on about now, Steph. Yeah.
Yeah, it's worth it, but it's not the sort of thing you go out and buy right away.
As
But you see what I mean about this one?
yeah,
You can't get it as fine as the H&S.
but as you said, Steph, you need to master the other ones first.
Yeah,
Before you would even graduate onto them
yeah,
bigger brushes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how long would you roughly recommend, Steph, before you'd even think about going to that level, if you know what I mean, of airbrushing?
All depends how you get on with the lower standard.
Yeah. Well, in my case, I never got onto it.
Well, there you go. That's the thing. If you don't get on with it, you don't get on with it. There's no point going out and buying
No.
all this kit. You can buy you'd be able to get a second-hand compressor off Tinterweb.
Yeah.
For about
For
50.
eBay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's just absolutely crazy stuff. Crazy.
Mm. Oh, detail you can get on it is unbelievable.
But you'd know you and Mark are well used to airbrushing the way the quality, and I mean the quality of your aircrafts is just out of this world. You know what I mean? Even Dave Oliver's, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's just crazy what you can, what you can make out of an airplane now. I'd love to be able to do that, but I know myself, me and Whirly Birds, we don't get on.
Well, I've only been airbrushing for less than a year.
A year?
Yeah, less than a year.
That's crazy, Mark. That's absolutely crazy, boys. I'm only clowning at it.
But it's whether or not you take to it. Some people take, as you say, you're an example yourself. As some people take to an airbrush, some people don't. Some people prefer to paintbrush. That's all fine. That's no problem. Whichever medium you choose is right for yourself. You're the only judge of that. There's no hard and fast rules that you should airbrush.
No, there's not.
No. But I'm just saying, the level of work and the level of detail is absolutely crazy what you boys can do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thing is, our detail is with hairy stick.
Yeah.
The detail we do, I do, I'm talking for myself there, is hairy stick. All my detail work. I'm not one of these people that you see on the interweb and YouTube, one of these figure painters that does everything with an airbrush. Not a hope in hell. I enjoy painting as well as airbrushing. What about you, Mark?
Yeah, the same. That's one thing I found with this kit, that you do have to, especially with the cockpit and detail work, you do have to use a hairy stick. And I found it an absolute delight. Just going back to, you find yourself regressing as to when you first started out in the hobby.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I love it. As you say, you said it yourself, Gary, there is something so satisfying about using a paintbrush.
Yeah, it's as Malcolm said one Sunday, it's moving the paint. You know what I mean? It's just putting a wee bit of paint on something and
That's
just
right.
watching it come to life. maybe that's the wrong way of trying to describe it, but that's how I feel. You know what I mean? Every time I put on a wee layer, it gets better and better and better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I know my work. We stopped showing it on Facebook because what you and Steph and Dave Oliver are producing, I've never seen the like of it before in my life. Never.
Well, it's very nice of you to say, but you haven't seen it in person.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You just know by your works it's top quality. You take your time. You know there's no rushing. Maybe it's because you just worked on them or you worked on aircraft, but you seem to know every fine detail, if you know what I mean.
I think with working on aircraft, you know which parts get knocked about. It's like, let's put it this way: how you know where shiny bits on a Land Rover go, I don't know. Yeah, there's no difference, Gary.
Oh, there's a brave different stuff now.
No. Don't argue with me.
No, I'm not arguing with you. Far from it. No way am I, or because I know you would. But what I'm trying to say is, guys, these are absolutely stunning model makers. Absolutely stunning.
Well, that's the thing, Gary. I don't think I am. I look at my model and I see, right, I can improve next one on that, and that. And that's what I try and do. I try and improve every time. I don't see myself as one of these absolutely all singing, all dancing, believe everything everybody said about my models. No, I look at my models and I see the flaws. I say, okay, I could have done that better. I could have done this better. And every time I make a model, every time I make a diorama, I try and improve it slightly. I'll try a different technique. Me personally, I like to push myself and I like to step outside my comfort zone. I like to try and push harder. Sometimes it fails miserably. Sometimes it's all right. It really does just depend.
But as modelers, though, Steph, don't you find that we're our own worst critics?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're definitely our own worst critics.
It never, no matter how much you do, you always think there's flaws in every bit of it.
Yeah, I'll look at mine and go, well, I could probably pick 5 or 6 things in that Raiden that I could have done better.
To me, that Raiden was just out of this world.
I enjoyed doing it. It's a lovely kit to build, and I'm really chuffed with it. But there's bits there that I think could have done better with that one, or I wouldn't do that next time. Or I'd put that bit on last because it's broken off too many bloody times. The bit I was chuffed about that was how well the pilot came out.
Yeah.
That was my best figure to date. So I was really, really chuffed with how well he came out. So yeah. I suppose I should go through cleaning an airbrush, shouldn't I?
Yeah. Please, Steph, if you don't mind.
Seeing as I've just cleaned mine. Could have reminded me beforehand, Gary.
I can't remember everything.
Why not? You're running the show. Actual job.
Oh, right. Yeah. Oh, I blame the poor producer. Huh?
Yeah. Okay. So you're there.
Could I just make a point, though, Steph? I feel an important point you missed out about your compressor.
Go on, then.
the drain tank, the actual bottom drain valve.
Oh yeah. Go on then. As soon as you pulled it up.
However, all depending on how often you use your airbrush, guys. On the bottom, if you have a, I don't know whether it was on my old compressor, because that was just, it didn't have a tank on, but this one obviously has a tank, and you do obviously get a bit of condensation build up after use. So once a week, once a month, you'll find a little brass knurled knob at the bottom of your tank. Just unscrew that out, put a towel underneath because it does come out mucky, and just drain off. Just let it drain of any water. Leave it overnight.
Mm.
That's what I do, and it just stops your tank rusting from the inside out.
Yeah. What I tend to do as well is where Mark's talking about, there's also a split ring.
Yes.
And when you've finished, turn your power off. And if you feel underneath your tank, pull that. And what it does is it lets all the air out. Get into the habit of doing that whenever you turn your airbrush off. Because that's when you get all the horrible condensation that Mark's talking about. If you turn that off after, give that a pull, what you'll hear is this. Okay.
Yep.
Me releasing a load of air. So yeah, just get into the habit of doing that.
There seems to be a lot of maintenance to be done for an airbrushing.
No, there's not really.
No, not at all.
You've just heard me go through everything.
Yeah.
As I said, the biggest pain about airbrushing is cleaning your brush.
You have a thing, is it a sun bath or sun ray bath, or
A sonic bath.
that's the one?
I have a sonic bath, yes. And once every 6 weeks, I will chuck my airbrushes through it. I don't use IPA because it knackers the Teflon and the seals. Bit of soapy water, strip your airbrush down, and chuck it on for about 5-10 minutes, and it literally vibrates all the crap and rubbish off.
Yeah.
That's what it does.
Oh, is that what it does?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The sonic bath vibrates very, very. It uses sound waves to vibrate the liquid in the bath, and that liquid then vibrates against your airbrush or whatever you're cleaning.
Right.
And that vibration removes all the paint and all the rubbish and all the crap and stuff, and just gets rid of it all.
Right.
So that's what that does.
Are they dear stuff, if you don't mind me asking?
Mine cost me 15 quid from AliExpress.
That's the name of the site. I couldn't remember. AliExpress.
Yep, AliExpress is great because they sell things like these at cheap prices. It's like
what?
That's you can cut out hexagons, or you can cut out triangles, and those make American stars, different sizes. You can score lines. You can cut out checkerboards. That one there, I have used so much. That goes down to 0.4 mil strips of masking tape. I can cut using those.
Wow.
1 mil, 0.9, 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4. You got squares on there, squares on the back.
Sorry, Steph.
You've got another square on there. You can draw circles on that one. So you can cut out circles, make your own masks.
Oh, nice.
Angles. Damn it, I forgot I had that because I could have done with that today.
Tom,
Go then.
sorry, Steph. Leaf cutter. Have you got one of them, Steph?
No, I don't. I won't use a leaf cutter.
Do you not?
Mm-mm.
Well then, right. You see when you're doing, say, your country scene there, right? And if you wanted to put up, say, dry leaves,
Yep.
what would you use?
Tea leaves.
Ah,
Use tea leaves or get a leaf, let it dry it completely, and then just scrunch it all up, break it all apart, and just use that.
right. Good idea, that.
And that'll give you lots of different ones.
Yeah.
What about dried herbs?
Yep. Dried herbs, that's another good one. Makes your model smell lovely as well. Mixed herbs, that's the best one.
Right.
Another one I've got is a camo mask.
Ah, that would be a handy one.
Yep. So yeah, there's some of the stuff I've got from there. What else have I got from there? Ooh, all sorts of stuff. Hole punches. I'm making my own tap and die set. Watching Plasmodes in the day and had this nice little metal block, a bit like that. But
Yeah.
different holes in with a piece of metal and then a piece of plastic on top, and it had different holes in it.
Yes.
And what he was doing was punching out little round circles.
Oh,
Really
right.
circles. And I had a look at one of those. 85 quid for something that big.
Yeah.
No.
That's a lot of dough.
So I went looking and I found these. Okay, I can make 1.5. That's just a pop it on and tap. And that'll make a 1.5, 2, 2.5, and I've got all the way up to 10 mil. But the smaller ones, I use these.
Yes.
Now, what they are is they are watchmakers. You know the pins on a watch?
Yes.
They use these to pop those out. So I've got 0.65 all the way up to 1 mil. So 0.65, 758, 595, and 1 mil. And what I'm doing is slowly but surely building it. No, I'm not showing you yet what's going on the site. But it's a little bit like that. Plastic, 2 of these screws either side. You undo them, slide the plastic under, close it, put your bit in, smack. And underneath pops a little dot.
Oh, nice.
White styrene. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What else am I using at the moment that's quite good? Oh, yeah. For working with PE, Loctite 60-second. It's super glue, but it's a very thick gel.
Yes.
And you dob it on, put your bit on, and you can work your bit. So it grips it really well. But it allows you that few seconds to move it.
Right, because I'm sorry, Steph.
That's right.
I would use that for my PE if I was working on PE staff.
Just give me a sec. Let's have a look. Yeah, I use normal super glue for working with PE most of the time.
Where did you get that super glue stuff, if you don't mind me asking?
Wilco.
Right.
To be honest with you, this is the best I've found. Because you know when you buy your CA in those containers and everything, and it gets the top gets all gunked up and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. This doesn't.
Oh, nice.
Third tube of this stuff, and not once has the top gunked up.
I have to sit. Stop it, Gary.
Stop what?
Interrupting you, Steph.
No, don't worry about it. Keep going. You're asking questions.
You see this stuff here, Steph? It always gunks up.
Yeah.
And if you use it, say, 4 times, you can notice it getting worse and worse and worse every time.
Yeah. Whatever you do not wipe it with kitchen towel.
Right.
Because, okay, here you go. Watch what happens. There you go. It creates an endothermic reaction, and the heat off there is phenomenal. And it just
Right.
that's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever chip your chipboard furniture, use
Yes.
this to fix it. Use your tissue paper with super glue in it to fix it, then send it back. It's brilliant. But don't use kitchen paper to wipe your super glue nozzle, because it will cause an endothermic reaction and just create so much heat that it melts everything. And it sticks to it like the proverbial.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. What else have I got that I can think of that will help people? Yeah.
Because
Oh,
I've done.
knicker elastic.
Excuse me?
Knicker elastic.
Right.
Turn up, Gary.
Yeah. That's not funny, Steph. I forgot about that, and you just brought that up. I thought you forgot about that.
Oh, God, no. Did it turn up all nice and frilly?
No comment, Your Honour.
Oh, cut the comments. Dave McElhenney, sorry, I'm not going to join until about 7. Okay, if you go back and watch the first part, Gary, Davey, I'll go through all the airbrushing stuff. Julie Owens, good evening, gentlemen. How are we all today? Well done.
Good evening, Julie. Sorry,
good
Steph.
evening, and thank you. Julie, as you're there, can you please bring up Gary's frilly knicker elastic so we can have a look?
No.
And
That's not funny, boys.
I heard. What else do I use often? All sorts.
Yeah.
You will see people selling photo etched super glue applicators. Have you seen them, Gary?
To be honest with you, Steph, no, I haven't.
Okay. Right. Cheap, quick, an easy way to make your own way. I'll just move you off there. That wasn't clever. Right. Get yourself some beading wire. Doesn't matter what thickness it is. But let's just nip a bit off here. Get yourself pin vise. beading wire. And then twist. Put a lock wire in, Mark.
Oh God, 6 to 12 turns or 6 to 12 TPI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
turns per inch, and you had to do it by hand.
Memories of Cosford.
Yeah, no using lock wiring tools.
No.
And the best way to do it is have them angled at 90 degrees.
Yep.
So what you do is you do that. So you end up with that.
Yes.
What I then do is take another pair of pliers. Yep, it's not throw it across the bench. Pull it up so that's nice and thick. Open up your pin vise. Oh, I've got 3 or 4 pin vices, so I can spare one. Pop it in, tighten it up. That then gives you that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, good Lord, come on. Just trying to find a bit of. Yeah, this should do. So that gives you that with a little loop on it. Yeah. Then what you do is take your snips and you snip your loop and spread it out slightly. And it gives you that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you dip that in your super glue and put it where you want it.
Oh, good idea. Oh, good idea, that.
Yeah. That's what I use for applying all my super glue. And then sometimes what I will do is I'll just straighten that one out. Snip that. I prefer it like this. So I've got 2 prongs.
Yes.
And then when I dip it in, the super glue is held between the 2 prongs. And then you get the longest one and you just run it where you want it, and it will then drop into where you want it.
That's actually good thinking there on that one now.
Oh, another tool that I really, really like. Mark, you'll remember one of these.
What is that?
Got it, Mark.
Looks like a deburring tool.
Yep. All it is, piece of metal with that angle there, and then you just run it along your seam, and it'll take all the excess plastic off. But you only do it lightly. It's either using one of those, or just use the back of a scalpel blade. Don't use the sharp bit, use the back. Because if you use the sharp bit, you're more than likely going to dig into it. So if you use the back, which is very, very blunt, you ain't going to dig into it. Has Julie not brought up that?
Knicker elastic.
Yeah. Come on, buddy, sort your stuff out, woman.
No comment. Knicker elastic. Can I not live that one down? Seriously, can I not just live that one down?
No.
Well, I hope in hell.
Oh dear. That's going to haunt me in my sleep, that one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Here's hoping.
Could have been worse.
Oh, wait for the Air Force joke to come out.
No.
Yep.
Well, you boys know what about it. No, that's not the point. It could have been a lot worse.
How?
I could have actually bought underwear instead. Now, which I am not saying I did, but it could have been a lot worse.
But you're also not saying you didn't.
I come only after shooting myself in the foot again up now.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, feet's going to be nice and warm now. Thank you.
Has she brought your knicker elastic up?
No, she hasn't brought the knicker elastic up. That's not going to be shown on air.
Julie, your job is to take a picture of it and message it to me, and I'll show it on air.
Oh, you would too, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, aye.
I've been very good today, I'll have you know. My dearly beloved went out last night and got, what was the word?
Rid
Twatty.
off.
Absolutely. That bad that she fell in the door.
So Lisa has a thick head.
Oh, yes.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
She was cuddling the porcelain last night.
Oh, speaking to God on the big white telephone.
Yes. So me
So,
being the gentleman I am, held her hair back, made sure she was all right, laughed profusely at her.
as you do.
Yep.
Sure.
So I think we could sleep at 2 o'clock this morning. 5 o'clock this morning, there she is, snoring like a bloody trooper. But I have the photographic evidence.
Oh, you do not.
Oh, I do.
Oh, that's bad stuff. Oh, no. Even I wouldn't do that. No.
I've just got the evidence, that's it.
I am trying to get rid of evidence at the moment.
Easy, just press delete.
It's pretty hard when other people have the evidence of you that you want to get rid of.
Oh, bless you.
And they're threatening to put it up on Facebook to have a good laugh at me.
Oh, good lads.
No, I warned them. If they put it up, I will disown them.
Yeah, do they care?
No.
Well, then there you go.
Taking the mick out of me, that's what they're doing.
Good lads.
Yeah.
Good lads. Well, there is video evidence of me climbing over a fence, and there was no fence there.
This over on a tree.
No. And me falling into a shock.
Oh.
What?
A shock.
What the hell's that?
Please not have them over there.
Well, if I knew what a shock was, I'd be able to tell you.
Like a drain. Side of the road.
Oh, storm
Hedges.
ditch.
Yeah, we call them something else over here. And I blame the raft for that one.
God knows why.
Can't put wheels down on ground.
Oh,
Because it would.
didn't get a lift.
And we had to jump out. And unfortunately, when Gary jumped out, he went head over heads into the shock.
What?
And everybody stood back and laughed at me. So, you boys are bound to have things that you don't want to be seen.
No.
Oh, squeaky clean, boys. Oh, doubt
No.
it. Doubt it.
No.
Oh no, we're not squeaky clean. We just didn't get caught.
What you got to remember, Gary, is in our day, they didn't have things like camera phones and stuff like that.
Right, I'm just going to do a bit of spraying. If I can find a pet. Here we go. Right.
Do you see the price for that big glue?
No.
I definitely,
Mig.
I don't know, Mig, that stuff there, Steph,
All right.
I wouldn't buy it again.
Why?
It is very bad glue. £4.50 a bottle.
Told you I'll sell you mine for £5.
There you go again.
Go for the profit, Steph. Go for the profit.
Oh, I go for the profit, Steph. Go for the profit. Oh.
£10, including postage and packaging.
Not too loud.
No, if it gets in the way, I'll mute you.
All right.
If you haven't seen the film yet, I'm going to mute you. That is a bit loud. Done it.
Okay.
If you haven't seen the video on my channel, DIY quick setting glue, just as good as Tamiya extra thin. 2 ingredients.
I'm gonna. Yeah, you see your 2 ingredients, Steph?
Mhm.
I haven't a Scooby about it.
Well,
and I'll be honest with you. I'd love to be fit to do stuff like that, but I can't. And that's been honest with you. I just don't understand the, the ingredients of it.
well, it's 50-50. That's it, straight half and half. So this is, as you can see, I've got all sorts of crap and rubbish in that lot. No lot. I've got a Tamiya extra thin bottle here. What I'll do is I'll decant this rubbish into here. Oh, there's a nice little idea for you. You know those hard to reach places that this brush doesn't reach?
Yes. Yeah. Cocktail stick.
Cocktail stick in it, and you can dip it in, and you can get in those horrible hard to reach places. Oh, bloody hell. Damn it all. Right, so where's wait. Right, if I remember correctly, these hold 20 mil. What did you say on your bottle, Gary?
I'm looking here, Steph. Doesn't exactly say stuff.
Right.
Go going to read a quick comment here. David, hi guys, missed a masterclass in airbrushing. We'll catch it. We'll watch it and catch up. What about straighten a bend needle? I bought the little sharpener thingy. That's
Technical term.
yeah, that's the word.
I don't know, Dave.
Um,
I think Dave
Dave,
Oliver tomorrow, isn't he?
yeah, Dave Oliver will be on tomorrow, Davey, and he's going to show you exactly how he uses that thingy. I think he's with his sister or something tonight, and he said he might make it, but he would do it on Sunday.
Right then. Tell me your extra thin is made up of, I believe, the 3 components. The third one I'm not sure of. But the 2 main components, which you can buy from eBay, or well, you can buy acetone from Boots. That's nail varnish remover. And the other one is butyl acetate. So they're the 2 components. And you mix
Yes.
those in a 50-50 mix. So if that is 20 mil,
Yeah.
you put 10 mil of acetone and 10 mil of butyl acetate in there, close the lid and give it a shake.
That's it.
That's it. These cost me 20 quid.
Where did you buy them stuff, if you don't mind me asking?
eBay.
eBay.
Yeah.
Could
Again.
you ping could you ping me them 2 big names over?
Yeah.
And it's 50-50, you just put
Half and half.
10, half and half.
Yep.
Right.
And that's
If
it.
you don't, it's
Easy. And for 20 quid, I've got 2 litres of Tamiya Extra Thin. You don't have to buy a litre bottle of each. You can get 500 mil. I think you can get 250 mil.
yeah.
That makes 2 litres. Give me a sec and I will tell you. I've got to pop onto YouTube, have a look at my page. My channel. Yep, I've got a subscriber. I'm up to 139. Woohoo!
Nice.
Right, let's have a look. Playlists. Where are they?
Not this Tuesday, staff. But you see the following Tuesday,
Yeah.
there's a certain gentleman coming on with us.
Who's that?
Big Davey.
All right, cool.
Yeah. Going to read a comment, 2 comments here. No problems. We'll see that perfect. What you recommend in airbrush? Would you go for a side fill or a straight bowl? Good tip on the glue.
Davey, I would always recommend a gravity feed, whether it's a side cup like that or a top fill like that. It's your choice. For cleaning, they're easier to clean than they are. But as I said, I use these for when I'm doing large areas, hence the large cup. So, right then. Right. these bottles are 40 ml.
Right.
Okay, so how much did it cost me? Right, the butyl acetate cost me 15 quid, including postage from eBay, and the acetone cost me a tenner, so it's 25 quid. £25 for 2 litres.
Wow.
So, where's my calculator? There it is. That will make me 50 bottles of that. Now, 50. Let's be fair. It's about a £5 a bottle times 5. That would cost you 250 quid.
Ah, and
That's
glue.
yeah, that's a saving of 225 quid. How many models is that, Gary?
Wow, that's a lot of models. That's a lot of Land Rovers.
Oh yeah, that's a hell of a lot of Land Rovers.
So you're actually saving that money by not buying, say, stuff like that there at £4.50 a jar.
Yep. Give me a sec. Let me come on. See what you're doing. Yeah. How much did you get in there?
It's I think it's 30mm, 30 MLE.
Right. So that's 30 ml in that one.
Yeah.
So let's do some quick calculations. So, right, I would get, of those bottles, I would get 66.66 bottles. Call it 67 bottles out of that. So 67, how much was it?
£4.50 a jar.
That would cost you £301.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Yep.
One engine.
That's unbelievable. You know, when you think about that, spending that, say, for a year, you know, on glue.
Yeah.
Imagine the model kits you could have.
Oh, yeah.
The Land Rovers.
That's it. He's having a crisis.
That's crazy, though, hey. And then when you think of that stuff there, Steph, as you said, right? That big pigment there, that one bottle cost me £4.50.
Yep.
And you go to the works and you get the whole soft Tempios there for a £5, and you have every colour that you need in it.
Yep.
You know, that's crazy.
Oh, yeah. And it's all because they put the word modelling in front of it.
Yep.
Davey McElhenney says, you mentioned a sonic cleaner. Can airbrushes be cleaned in them? I've seen baths for 20 quid. Yep, I clean mine in it. If you have a look, Plasmo has got a video on it. Go and have a look at Plasmo on YouTube. He's got a video on it and he goes into it a bit deeper. But I got mine for about 15 quid.
It's crazy when you sit down and think about it, how much stuff actually costs.
Yeah, and it makes you realise how much you are being ripped off. Because let's face it, that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that they have to make a living, and I understand that they have to make a profit. But I'm sorry, you're taking the piss.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with that paint. That's
Cool.
lovely.
What's that?
Tamiya X18 semi-gloss black.
All right.
Brought that out an absolute treat.
Oh, nice. X what?
X18.
X18?
Yes.
I thought gloss black was X1.
It's not gloss, it's semi-gloss.
Ah, got you.
There
you go. Cool.
Going to read a comment here. Davy McAhanning. I think we should lower the tone a bit. I hope everybody's bushes have been well trimmed for tonight. Oh, David.
Well, my bush is always well trimmed.
Oh, here we go.
There you go, Gary.
That's it.
That's it. That's it. Done. I've made 40 mil. That's how long it takes.
Unbelievable.
And you know, you'll remember it. You know what acetone is, Gary.
Yeah.
Do you remember what it is?
No.
Right. If I said to you, pear drops.
Yeah.
You know the stuff they wave around your gaspirator?
Yes.
That's acetone.
Right.
Smells of pear drops.
Just goes to show you the money you actually spend on glue and products like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
And as you said, Steph, you could be buying yourself a nice model kit out of that whole money you're spending on that.
Yeah. You save yourself an absolute fortune.
Big Davy McAhennon here. Going to order those bottles. It makes no sense to buy glues anymore. Good morning, David. There
Good
you
morning.
are.
Oh yeah, have you liked and subscribed to the channel, Davey, yet? If not, why not?
As I said, that World War One plane you're doing at the moment is fantastic.
Yeah, I had a bit of an incident today, but I'll stick that on the you'll see that on the video next week. Bit gutted about that, but hey, it's getting there. It's getting there.
But that's what I love, Steph. You don't leave out the bits that you make the mistakes on. You leave them in.
Well, yeah, there's no point in hiding any errors. Look, I've cocked up, I've made a mistake. Yeah, we all do it. So there's no point in hiding it.
Davey says, yes, I have some fantastic tips, Steph.
Cool. Thank you very much, Davey. Right, let's do a little bit of varnishing, sealing my stuff from yesterday.
Oh, God, Bennett, hang on.
Oh, what you done now?
Nothing, not me. I'll let you know in a minute.
Please, go on, Mark. Let them have it. Go on.
No, someone's having a Barney outside, and I'm just a nosy git.
Oh, hey, Mark, quite turns get on. Bring us down to have a look at it.
Not bloody there no more, inconsiderate git.
You're just too old, too slow off the mark, mate. Ha ha! Do you like what I did there?
Thank you very much, Steph, for covering that tonight.
No problem. Anytime.
It was very interesting, I have to admit it, but I still wouldn't, myself personally, rush out to buy another one.
There will come a day, Gary, when you'll go, you know what, I'm going to give it another go.
Yeah, they probably will, but at the moment I'm very happy with the way I'm just doing things.
Yeah.
Gary, you've got to ask yourself this.
Yes,
Are
mate.
you happy with the results you're getting with what you're doing?
Yeah, I am.
That's all that matters then.
Reading a comment here, Big David. Got a nice stash from Wonderland models, mostly German 135 models. The dearest iPad was £19. Moving into my model room next week when the table comes. Nice, David.
Nice. Colin, what have you got? Let us know what have you got, Davey.
It's nice to have a wee stash of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And you wouldn't believe it, I have bought nothing now in 3 weeks.
Only because you want the Chernobyl stuff.
I grant you. I grant you that one. Yeah. Believe you me, it is killing me.
I bet it is.
It literally is killing me.
I'll let
Not
you
funny.
Sorry.
Not funny, Julie. Absolutely, I do not see the ha-ha in it.
I do. Hey!
Oh, I thought these were fellow brothers in arms.
Yeah, Mark and I thought the same about you.
Buddy, and all that there, you know. But you see, I've another big problem.
Go on then.
Somebody has my card and won't give me it back.
That's the only reason you haven't spent anything,
Yeah,
because you don't have your card.
correct. And it is a nightmare trying to get it back.
Keep hold of it, Julie.
No, there's a big return spring on it. I can actually hear it cackling up there in the living room.
Fair play to her.
So could we.
Did you hear that big cackle?
Yep.
Going to read a comment here. Got staff.
What?
Idiot here can't pronounce them big words.
Oh, he's got a Brumbar, a Kubelwagen, a Panzerwagen, a Brengen carrier, and another German tank, which was out of stock to be delivered. Nice.
That is what I would call a nice wee stash there.
It's a nice little
Now,
stash to begin with.
yeah. Now you see that, Julie? Big Davy's got a nice stash. I've no stash.
Wrong. You have got a stash.
Which,
It's just with your stash, you keep leaving things in certain spirits for too long. So your stash gets smaller.
yeah. Okay.
To what Uncle
Okay.
Steph said.
I'm not going to live that one down neither.
Nope.
His turpit's totally ruined.
Yeah. Yeah, I've emailed to Maya.
Asking for what?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness and see can I get a replacement hull?
There you go. One finished.
Cracking, mate. Absolutely cracking. I am seriously going to have to build a Rubicon skit. Do I have any? Oh, I do. Yes, I have two of them. Where did you get them nice box picture frames, Steph?
I got these from. Get on. Hobby World. Hobbycraft, sorry.
Hobbycraft.
Yeah. There you go.
Cracking, mate. Absolute. I like them frames. Absolutely love them frames.
I'll get some pictures up in a bit. Yeah, that's quite nice. I like that.
Bear with me.
Going to read a few comments here. Davy McCanning. Just give Gary the card, Julie. Thank you, David. Julie owns. Oh, goodness. No, Davy. I could not do that. Ha ha. Davy McCanning. That is a beautiful diorama.
Thank you.
And Mark, I missed what you're working on. That's from Big David.
Mark's working on the Airfix 124th Typhoon. He's just toddled off for a moment.
Coming up to the last 9 minutes of the show, you wouldn't believe it. Them 2 hours wasn't longer than this evening.
I was, because remember, I've only spent less than an hour modelling.
Yeah.
Unlike some
Again.
people.
Okay. I'll run tomorrow's show too, and you can do a full afternoon of modelling.
We'll share it.
Okay.
Good news.
What's the good news?
My lass is half an hour away from coming home.
Woohoo!
She's been out since 6 this morning.
Oh, bless her.
Yeah, very much so. She's a diamond, is my lass.
Yeah.
Well, she must be to live with you.
Ooh. Settle petal.
I think we're all in the same boat, mate.
Yeah, true.
It's the women we have to be thankful for.
Especially Julie.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what it sounds like.
I is a delight. Poor Julie. Huh.
I didn't say poor Julie.
Davy McCahany, thanks guys so much. Going to watch the start on catch up. Not a problem, Davy. We will be back on tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Mark?
Steph?
Do you think these airbrushes would make good flamethrowers?
Yeah, they would.
I've never thought of that.
Right, folks. I do not condone of using your airbrush as a flamethrower.
No, neither do I.
Bit of Zippo fluid.
Or thinners.
True.
Yeah, either way, you're going to knacker your seals.
That's planted the seed, you can tell.
Yeah, I just know by that. He's thinking of trying it out.
Not there.
No. Davy McCahany, see you then. Not a problem, David. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow, Dave.
Yep. See you tomorrow.
Have a great evening.
Yep. Right, last 5 minutes, gents.
Yeah.
take a quick few photos.
No problem.
There you go. That's how I do it.
All right.
Yeah, party.
Who's part? He's in a school age, so. What's wrong, Steph?
I'll tell you in a sec.
All right.
That is not for the show.
All right.
Oh, God. Oh, I get to mount the engine.
Look at you.
Got to read a comment here. Vince, bikes moving out the garage. Next build to have a flamethrower. Just looking at the best airbrush. Good man, Vince.
I want to see that, Vince.
How can that go in there?
Last minute of the show. So, thank you very much for tuning in, folks. We will be back on tomorrow from 2 to 5. So, do you just want to all say good night?
Good night.
Good night. Stay safe. Keep modelling.
Good night.